And here we are, 5 bundles, 300 and just about 30 fiber optics, just about 360, maybe up to 400 feet right there. Definitely a lot, and it should bend fairly well. One thing I have to keep in mind is there's going to be some brass tubes going on the bottom here to light block the RGB flashers I'm going to be putting in. So actually, in addition to considering what the actual underhull looks like, and let me pull that piece out because I couldn't earlier. So here we are with the freezer area. I do have these 3 posts to consider, but otherwise it's pretty much wide open. The floor ends right about here. Yep, just on that line and this line there. There we go. So there's plenty of room underneath here. I'm probably going to stick the RGB flashers somewhere right in there, I would guess. One thing I'll have to keep in mind is just being careful, basically. There's clearly going to be a lot of trim going on, and the other thing I will have to watch out for is just sorting them out. I know I want 2 or 3 slow flashing ones to control all the slow rates, and I want maybe up to, well, definitely another 2 or 3 fast blinking LEDs to give a really good overall pulse of the ship, the heartbeat as it were. So I think this is just about done for tonight. Last thing that I want to do is make sure that none of the fiber optic is sticking far out. I could always trim it at this point, but I would like it to be good the way it is. And I will also take a moment now to douse the area with a bit more glue. Because I do want these to hold fast. And with that, all of this is going to sit overnight. Really nothing else to do with it. I want this to be in good shape for tomorrow so I can get back to it. And tomorrow what I'll be doing is a little work on the underside, specifically putting those brass tube blockers in for the RGB flashers. And what else? I think what I really need to do is dig into some soldering of the sequencers. So I'm looking forward to that. It's been a while since I got to do any soldering, especially for this model. That is a really fun thing to do, and I suppose that's about it. And also next up, it's time to fiber optic the command console, and there's a few threads that are going to go up here on this side. You know, I was using this air duster to blow out the floor, and it turns out I blew the general alarm decal completely off. Basically it ripped. So I'm going to have to come up with another solution for that. The other thing I've noticed, and I probably won't be able to get here, well, just a little, it is out of focus though, is that this platform has a curve going down on this corner right here. I noticed that when I put the back room in this area. Kind of expected it, kind of hoped it wouldn't happen, but this is such a big piece of plastic hanging out in the middle of nowhere that it was pretty much bound to happen, I think. No big deal. I will be able to work around that when the time comes. And I'll just put a little more glue up here. These are pretty solid in there right now, but a little dab will do you, and it doesn't hurt to have a little more. yeah, that's just about it. Like I said, I got a few, let's see, 3, 6, 8, 10 fibers here. This little guy is done here, and then there's probably a couple dozen in that area, including 4 1mm threads, a few 0.25s it looks like, and the rest will be 0.5. Let's check out that 0.25 thought right now, because if I can fit this 0.5 in there, that's what we're doing. And nope, just, well, yep, it'll fit. I'll do it, definitely 0.5mm all the way around. And then the last thing I'll be doing in this area, now that all the other fiber optics is going on, is to install these. The one reason why I haven't put these in yet is because of all the fiber hanging off the ends. I didn't want that going just all over the place. But now that I've got fiber optics going all over the place, it's pretty much time to get all that going. So this area is going to fill up fairly fast, I think, and I am going to be very happy that this is going on. The fronts will also need flashers, these guys right here, so I'm going to have to set up something in this area. I don't think these tubes will be good anymore for that particular purpose, but there are a bunch of steady colors in this area that I will be able to use. And then, speaking of steady colors, I have a lot of places that I need to fill up with LEDs. Like I had mentioned previously, there's about 50 reds alone that are steady, 20 or 30 whites, a couple dozen yellows, 20 orange, 15 green, 15 blue. And this chart right here is based off of what I saw on the TV show. That does not mean that there are going to be matching holes all over the place for those colors to go. So I'm going to be winging it to some degree. The photo etch that PGMS produces is absolutely gorgeous, and I would call this an absolute essential for this model. However, not all the buttons on the command console are accurate, really, which is definitely not a bad thing, but it could have been nice if it was a bit more. So anyhow, I think that's it for today's session. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.